Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Oriofoluwa Ashiru. So welcome to your first corner. And in case you're a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you very much. Thank you for coming back. You guys are the real bomb. Thank you for coming back. And in case you're just joining me, please don't forget to subscribe. It is very, very important as an important. So please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, today we'll be talking about parenting default. Parenting default. You know, I look at so many things going on in the society today, and I found out that everything boils down to parenting. When the Bible was saying, train up a child in the way it should go, when it grows up, it will not depart from it. The Bible understands what exactly it was saying and meant every word of it. But many of us we believe that when a child gets to some certain level, there's no point in training that child. And what is the exact knowledge you've imparted into that child that you think that child can carry on for a very long time? That you think that you're bold enough to say, yes, I felt my child well. Some people say that I cannot kill myself on a child, though. How far have you gone that you think you cannot kill yourself? Your child represents you. Your child talks about you. If I truly want to know the kind of parent you are, I need to see your child to determine the kind of parent you are. So how well do you really want to prove to us that you're a good parent? And the only way you can prove to us is training up your child in a right way, in the right way it should go. So the very first thing, our default 101 of parenting default is gender upbringing. I don't know where people get this idea from that a male child and a female child should be treated differently. How? I don't understand. Especially in Nigeria, and I don't know if there are other part of the country where this thing is happening. You think the male child are supposed to do this, the female child are supposed to do this. The society have some expectations of the female child of the male child. And let me tell you where I'm going to. The main coco, the point I'm going to is the male child. I have an issue with the way they are being trained. Like I really have a big issue with it. They have this responsibility that is being saddled on female children. Right from the childhood, they are being told, they are going to get married though. So all these things I'm teaching you is because you want to get married. Excuse me, mama, please. Is she the only person that wants to get married? She's not getting married to herself. Male child too wants to get married. But there's no conscious effort into training up a male child on how to prepare for their home. Training up a male child how to be a good parent. Only the female child. Be telling the female child, better learn how to cook. And Yoruba parents will say, abẹ́délé ọkọ. Ọkùnrin kan kò ní bá délé ìyàwó ni. Treat them the same. Teach them their responsibility, what they should do and what they should not do. But right from the childhood of a female child, they start teaching them how to cook, how to sweep. But the male child, what are they doing? Is that they are sleeping or they are playing games? Or so people even have this idea, they'll be saying the kitchen is not meant for the boys. Boys are not meant to be in the kitchen. Excuse me. Who talk am? Now you talk am. It is you that have said it. It is not accepted. What is meant for the goose is meant for the gander too. So if the female are going to be in the kitchen, the male child should be in the kitchen too. If the girls will be sweeping, that is why we have so many men being liability to their wives. That is why we have so many women dying. I saw a post somewhere that was talking about when you go to a restaurant and you see the people that are eating there, especially the male, they would eat what they want to eat. They don't mind. They buy food and keep eating and keep eating and keep eating. But when you see a female, a mother or a female, she will think that instead of me buying this food and this food, oh, this money will do this for my family. I will buy this clothes for my child. I will do this. But even with the money she's supposed to eat, buy things for her husband. That's because she's trying so well. But the men, they don't give a damn about it, which is not nice, which is why I'm against it. And I'm saying gender up, and it starts from the upbringing because of the way the parents have been treating them. There's this preference given to the male child than the female. The female is meant to they are being taught to subject to the men right from their tender age, and it have a way of affecting their mentality. It has a way of affecting the way they grow. It has a way of affecting the way they see things, and which really rubs off on the society because of the expectation the society have on them. And who are those that brought these things? That is, I don't know, ideology that people pick from nowhere and bring into culture, and people pick it up. Culture is meant to be revolving. Culture is meant to be to be amended. Because most of this culture are brought up to us by most illiterate people who do not even understand this integrity, who do not make research and do not and they just bring it to us. And because we've been taught these things over times, it rubs off on us. I begin to pass it on to generation, from one generation to the other, that men are supposed to be treated this way, men are supposed to be say kitchen is not meant for the men, kitchen is meant for the women. Women should be right from childhood that we are preparing a girl child for marriage, telling her don't do this way, learn to sit well, learn to talk well, learn to act well, learn to do this way. But what happened to the male child? Are they exempted? Are they exclusive? No, they are not. They are supposed to be in this game. They are in this game of marriage together, because that is where all this is going down to. So it is lack of parent. It is part of parenting default. Giving preference to the way you treat your male child and female child, gender upbringing. The second default, the second default of parenting default is that it leads to high maintenance spouse. The parents do not train up their child well. It's another woman's child that will now adopt the child that was not brought up well, and will now start maintaining. I maintain and start maintaining that let me treat me like this, this and that. She'll start complaining this and that, and that's why we now have women that are nagging. No woman wants to nag naturally, but because this man refused, when we have, let me give an example. Have you also noticed that the rate of female looking for life partner is higher than the male? Have you ever wondered? Recently, I was watching a Cupid Lounge with Abimbola Craig, and it's alarming to me the rate of plenty female that we have looking for life partner, and majorly of what two things, because when they ask them to tell them the characteristics, what they're looking for in a guy and all that. Two major things I find out that these ladies are looking out for, and they can't find, is that one, a God-fearing man, not just a man that goes to church, not just a man that thinks, let's stand up, let's go to church and come back. That's not kind of man. But a man that understands God, whatever religion you are into, that you really understand, not because you're giving birth to in that religion, that's why you're going there. Another thing I found out that those ladies are looking for, that is men with common sense and ambition. It is so scarce in this our generation. It's so scarce in this century that we are, that we have little or less men that have common sense and ambition. I don't understand what happened, because they feel so why we have many men that are not looking for it, because they think anytime they are ready to get married, they can get married. They think it's about just fathering, having impregnating somebody. They want to be a father too. That is the trend in the society right now. You say, I'm a father, I have a child. And you look at them, really. You have a child. So you think because you've impregnated somebody and the person gave birth to you, so that makes you a father. Really. Fathering is more than that. So it's parenting or bringing. Parenting or bringing leads to all of this. The men, they've brainwashed them right from infant, right from their childhood. They've brainwashed them that this is what they should do, this is not what they should do, and which is affecting the society, which is affecting the marriages we have, that's affecting the spouse that we have, because some parents somewhere have refused to do their responsibility, and the male have now become liability to the female. Please, this thing, I don't know how else to say it. I might be too dramatic about these things, but it is serious. It is something that burns in my heart. It is something of that I hold in high esteem, something that I wish can be worked upon. Parenting default has destroyed so many homes. Parenting default has destroyed society. When you see children that are walking about, children that are smoking, little children that are smoking, somewhere in Nigeria, I saw some little children smoking. The boy should not be more than 11 years, 10 years, smoking, sleeping under the garage or under the bridge. And I'm wondering, these children, they have parents. Where are their parents? Is it that the mother has woken up in the morning, has gone to market, and come back late at night? I'm not saying she should not fend for the family, but you don't allow the love of money or the or what you want to become to destroy your children's life. Because when you leave, these children are the only thing you have left. They become you. So what you have you imputed into them? What part of you have you poured out to them? I also saw a video a video this week about a man talking to his son about finance, about credit, about asset, about liability, and I was so touched that how many men do we have out there that have time for their children? They think it is all about money, bringing money to the table, and that's all. And it's only the parent or only the mother that should train up the child. No, it is together. That's why we have broken homes. If there's broken homes to affect the children, parenting default, parenting default, high maintenance spouse. The woman will now adopt a child, a husband, or a man that the parent have refused to treat to parent well, to bring up well. Let me also give this scenario. Imagine you as a mother, you're praying to God that Father, please give my daughter a good husband. But I want to ask you a question. Have you ever sat down to think that is my daughter a good daughter too? Because if you not train her up well, she's going to be a problem to another man. Same thing goes to the male. You want your children, especially the male, to have a good wife so that she will take care of you. But is your son a good man? Is he a good man enough, or is he going to be a problem to another woman? Another woman somewhere that they've trained well, that her mother is praying for her for her to get a good husband. So which brings me to the third parenting default, is that it's the implication is on society. Society implication. The society is made up of man and woman who are from a family, from a home. If the home is not settled, the family, the society cannot be settled. Whatever whatever default is in your family, it will rub off on the society. It will be evidence. It cannot be hidden. Those armed robbers we have out there, those kidnappers we have out there, those thieves we have out there, where did they emanate from? They are from a family. Those corrupt leaders that we have out there, where did they come from? They are from a family. In short, those corrupt leaders, they are even parents to some children. So can you tell me what are the lessons that they are teaching their children? It is obvious. It is obvious because from what a parent is, you can tell from their child. That is why we have a messy society right now. That is why the society is just somewhere that cannot that we everybody say, why it's like this. It starts from the family, it starts from the society, it starts from the parenting default. If there is a if it starts from the upbringing, if there's an issue in your upbringing, then it will be obvious. It's obvious it's going to rub off on society. So if you're a parent or a parent to be, I'm begging you, let's clear this mess. And the way we can clear this mess is trying to train up our child well. That's the way we can clear this mess, because if not, this mess is going to keep evolving. We are going to keep passing it from one generation to the other, and we'll have a more messier society. So for the fathers to be, for the mothers to be, and for the ones that have the kids already, please learn to teach them well. Train them well in the way of the Lord. Train them well in the way you want them to represent. They represent you anywhere they go to. When you see a child, the next thing, and a child acts good or bad, the next person you're thinking of is the parent of that child. And parenting a child is not just a female thing. It is the male and the female work. But that is the issue. Many people think it is more of the female. There's more to a man than just providing money. There's more to a man. It's not just about providing money alone. Other things are also involved. So please, whatever parenting default we have in ourselves too, let's not replicate it in the life of our children. Let's learn to curb it. Let's learn to work on ourselves. That is why this channel is about growth. We should grow in every aspect of our life. All right, everyone. Till I come your way again next video, please don't forget to subscribe.